Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Pyro Bear here. One thing that's been on my mind, especially here recently, just since we've got some pretty bad storms here just within the past few weeks, is and when I say bad storms, I mean like high winds, a lot of rain, destruction, like destructive force, that kind of stuff, and unfortunately, yes, tornadoes. So something that's been on my mind is Tornado Alley moving or something? I mean, I saw something on Facebook right about a month ago or something like that that said Tornado Alley could potentially moving or it's changing its location. If you don't know, Tornado Alley is a area over near Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Nebraska area. I'm sure there's more area that I probably forgot, but if you know where Tornado Alley is, if you know, you know, that's one of those things. But if you don't know, you can always look it up. I mean, I'm not going to be able to provide a very good kind of description, I don't think, where it is, because I'm not really super sure myself. And really, you can't believe everything you read on the internet today because so much of it is bogus. But anyhow, is Tornado Alley moving? That's my question, because there's 3 instances I know of that have either affected my life directly, my family's life, or other people I know, their lives, in one way or another. And we're going to go over those 3 different instances where a storm has affected us. So, the one that I know of, because I've heard people talk about it, I've heard my mom talk about it, teachers I used to have at school, they talk about it some, but the one that I know of was the tornado that happened in our town back in 2002. I was born in 2003, so it happened a year before I was born. So anyhow, to my knowledge, that was either an EF3 or an EF2 or an EF3, which, I don't really know how they measure how powerful a storm like that is. If you know, please post it down in the comments below, or maybe I'll just look it up, or you guys can direct me to somewhere where I can learn about it or something like that. But anyhow, a teacher I had in high school, Mr. Johnson, he talked about a lot that the tornado was just following right along the side of the road, and it was following the highway, which I think is kind of creepy, honestly, if I'm being straight up with you. But anyhow, did a lot of destruction, to my knowledge. I mean, maybe I'll have to look up like some pictures, and I can put links down in the video description of this, but I'm not really sure. But then the one that I remember the most was back in 2023. It was March of 2023, March 31st actually, which was the day I got my driver's license, so that's how I remember it. But anyhow, I remember that one because, yes, that's the day I got my driver's license. But that night we had went to school crafts, Snoop, Caitlin, and Riddick wasn't even a year old yet. I think he was about, let me think for a minute. Okay, he was born in July, so July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March. So he had just turned 8 months old. So anyhow, and this was one of those night storms where I think it initially, the first cell that blew through, was it like 11 or something like that. But anyhow, then when the next little bit came through, Snoop was standing there at the door, and he was like, "Drew Bear, I think it's getting ready to get bad out." And yeah, it did get bad out. We actually had an EF2 blow through town. We all were very lucky to be alive, really. I mean, yeah, we were all very lucky to live through it. But then afterwards, me and Snoop got in his car, and we were gonna head out to the farm just to make sure everything was okay there and all that, nothing had happened. But we got into town there, and I just want to mention this. You know, previous to that night, I'd never really seen any really bad destruction. I mean, I've seen trees blown over and big old branches ripped off out of trees and whatnot, but I've never really seen that level of destruction previous to that night. So, in all honesty, I was very shocked. I don't want to say I was dazed by it, but I was very taken aback by it. But anyhow, we start making our way out to the farm, and I think we went a total of four different roads before we actually did make it to the farm. But we got there. You know, maple tree was blown down. Maybe I'll have to post a link to his video down in the video description of this as well. Here I'm saying all these different links that I might be putting down in the video description, and if I can just remember to put one of them, I'll be happy. If I don't remember to put all of them, please don't bite my head off, guys. I mean, I'm saying all these different things and trying to remember them and keep them in my brain, but I'll do my best. But anyhow, then here more recently, we had a EF4 tornado that actually happened on the highway, probably around, I don't know, half hour, 40 minutes from where we live. And apparently it made a horrible mess, just ripped everything apart and left it all in the road. Tree branches, probably parts of fences, just parts of trees went down, just everything. But anyhow, my point of this video that I've been trying to make is, you know, between the cool air and the warm air meeting, is Tornado Alley really technically moving, or is it becoming bigger as time goes on? Bug in my face, if you're wondering. But anyhow, I'm gonna go with Tornado Alley is probably getting bigger. I mean, if you know where I'm talking about, where Tornado Alley actually is, it's a ways off from Indiana. I believe it's a ways off from Indiana. But, you know, that's just kind of my thought process. If you guys enjoyed this video, please hit subscribe, like, comment down below any of the questions I asked or any other questions you have or statements, whatever, just stories you might have. You know, I'm always welcome to stories and whatnot. But anyhow, yes, please hit subscribe. We're at 662 subscribers, which is incredible. That is really big for me because, you know, when I started this channel, I just really intended it for me to be a way to share kind of my personal thoughts and experiences and personal stories and maybe family-related stuff and some fireworks and pyrotechnics related stuff, since I am Pyro Bear after all. But yeah, it's really taken off. Well, taken off is a bit of an overstatement, but it's really doing good for what it is. But with that, I'll see you guys later. Take care.